1 in 100. One person in every 100 is labelled schizophrenic. The one is presented as a butterfly, the remaining 99 not altogether seriously as Rorschach's psychological inkblot tests. Psyche is the ancient Greek word for butterfly. The King and I felt the Spirit of Christ embodied within the statue had been transmitted to me. Immersed in bliss, I perceived the warmth and tension of a halo around my head. I believed I was Christ incarnate. It is difficult to convey the intensity of this mindset, except to say that it was overwhelming, confirmed by a voice within that said, "You have been chosen." The statue became a shrine. The white feathers represented feathers from the wings of an angel. The yellow dot or bindi on the forehead united the holy figure to me, as I also adorned myself with such a mark. The lines that polarized the figure I called a PowerPoint. Masterpiece. His master's voice trademark took on significance, confirming that the voice I was hearing emanated from a higher authority. Thirst for life. The plumb line acted as a point through which cosmic energy was passed into a vessel containing my urine. When I felt the liquid was sufficiently charged, I drank it to receive the energy. Head case. At times I felt tremendous pressure and acute pain in my head, to such a degree that I thought I was about to have a brain hemorrhage. In an effort to relieve the pain, I projected the pressure through a G-clamp and into a pillow. Soon after, the pain and pressure subsided. Hall of Mirrors. I felt that people were observing me from behind mirrors. In an attempt to deter them, I would cover mirrors with toothpaste and carefully selected pages from books. I spy with my little eye someone beginning with P. Battlefield. I sensed the forces of light and darkness in conflict on the streets of Birmingham, where I was living at the time. These forces were represented with chess pieces. I made moves with the pieces that were directly affected by the events occurring in the city. I would sometimes spend many hours through the day and night listening to the radio, taking instructions, and making complex maneuvers involving calculations using geometric instruments. The moves were prompted by news broadcasts, weather reports, the chatter of presenters, phone-ins, lyrics, and police transmissions. Loon. I believed that the moon was directly controlling my mind. The thinking that lay behind this belief was that the moon affects the oceans. Human beings are composed of 70% water. Therefore, my deduction was that the moon affects body and mind as powerfully as it influences the tides. During this phase, I drank large quantities of H2O. Food for thought. I took the phrase "you are what you eat" literally and ate various artifacts ranging from printed information through to magnets. Mind games. The black circle represented the universe, the paper stars the galaxies. The ball symbolized planet Earth and held a second significance, the games people play on personal and international levels. God does not play dice. Numbers assumed great importance. One of my compulsions was to throw dice onto a star chart and make numerical calculations that determined the position Flint must occupy. In no way did I feel chance had any part to play in the falling of the dice. It was all preordained. Remote control. On placing a box of Ariel automatic washing powder upon the television set, not only could I see the people behind the screen, but felt they too could see me. I did not regard this as threatening. They would perform, converse, pray and applaud both to and for me. I'd also take instructions and commands from the television and act upon them. The tasks I was told to undertake were sometimes of an urgent nature. Buy now, pay later. Life, the universe, and everything. Einstein's equation of E equals mc squared seemed somehow incomplete, so I altered it with the addition of equals Om, the Hindu mantra or chant meaning God. The addition of divinity provided an elegant solution to the mystery and meaning of the universe. God is relative. Heal thyself. I would paint with antiseptic and sometimes cover my body with the lotion. I felt that by applying the disinfectant, it would heal and cleanse. Disappearing act. I believed that if I covered myself in a white veil, I became invisible. This invoked the sense of being protected. Written in the stars. The Milky Way chocolate bars were inseparably bound up with the constellation itself. This exemplifies how the meaning of familiar things changed and took on universal significance. Similarly, wheels represented the wheel of life. Words of wisdom. An interconnection was also felt with the toothbrush, which literally represented the wisdom of its brand name. Electric apple. I connected an apple via an electrical cable to a tape recorder and attempted to listen to the sound it made. I heard white noise. This I took to be the voice of the apple. Sign. This was a road that was of great importance to me, a road for all saints. I would make pilgrimages to it, a continuation of my spiritual preoccupation. Pie in the sky. Another conviction was that beings from the heavens would come to take me from this planet. This I welcomed. I made plans in preparation for the event and kept a packed suitcase. Occasionally I would take the suitcase to fields where I'd signal up into the night sky with a torch in an effort to hasten their arrival and my departure. I live in hope. Transmitter. A PowerPoint was the name I gave to anything resembling a spire, from pylons to pine trees. PowerPoints would, I believed, receive and transmit the cosmic pulse. Unity. I removed chess pieces from the battlefield and placed them in a circle to form balance. A lighted candle placed in the center symbolized unity. This formation echoes the Taoist universal principle of yin and yang. Brainstorm. Indicative of the power and energy that is felt during a schizophrenic event and conveying the way in which it can strike out of the blue. The network of neurons that transmit and receive messages in the brain are tree-like and signal via electrical impulses. It is said that ordinarily we use only 1/10 of our brain capacity consciously. Schizophrenia feels like the unconscious 90% surging to the forefront of the mind and becoming fiercely alive. Method in madness. Logic has been represented by the sequential numbers and letters around the perimeter of the grid. The break with conventional thought patterns has been illustrated by perforating the ordered structure. Although schizophrenic rationale does away with commonplace logic, reason is integral to this state of being, but is encrypted in metaphor. Medication time. I was told I must take antipsychotic drugs for the rest of my life. Only smarties have the answer. A reference not only to the drugs that are imposed on those who experience schizophrenia, but also to those who administer them.